you don't have any investment, real estate investment, you would not have the opportunity to learn to make mistakes, learn from it, and then you would not be able to tell which one is a better investment. I think you just have to get it started somewhere and with the help of your investment counselor, and then just keep moving forward.
Welcome to the Creating Wealth Show with Jason Hartman. You're about to learn a new slant on investing, some exciting techniques, and fresh new approaches to the world's most historically proven asset class that will enable you to create more wealth and freedom than you ever thought possible. Jason is a genuine self-made multimillionaire who's actually been there and done it. He's a successful investor, lender, developer, and entrepreneur who's owned properties in 11 states, had hundreds of tenants, and been involved in thousands of real estate transactions. This program will help you follow in Jason's footsteps on the road to your financial independence day. You really can do it. And now, here's your host, Jason Hartman, with the complete solution for real estate investors.
Welcome to episode 1369. One of our investment counselors has been kind enough to join us today. She is going to talk about a few very important things to investors. Carrie, welcome back. How are you?
Hey, thanks, Jason. Good to be on. Thanks for having me.
We've always got to distinguish between the male Carrie and the female Carrie. So that's why I introduced you with the she, so everybody would know in advance. Good stuff. So you wanted to talk a little bit about the process. And we haven't talked about this lately, just to give, and to remind people or for new listeners to just explain a little bit about what we do and how we work. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. So several investors have been coming up to me, okay, Carrie, what do you guys actually do? What is the Jason Hartman Network and how can you help me build my investment portfolio? So as investment counselors, you're assigned an investment counselor, and we're here to see what your goals are and place you on the right path to achieving that passive income or whatever kind of a goal you might have for year 1, year 5, year 10, and lay it all out for you through financing, through acquiring properties, and the whole rundown through property management and everything in between. So do you want me to break down each step, Jason?
Yeah, sure. I mean, our slogan is the complete solution for real estate investors. So we will assist you with every aspect of your investment. There's no charge. We earn our money as a referral fee from the broker or seller of the property. We don't charge investors for doing the portfolio makeover, where we help you determine the highest and best use for funds or equity in other properties that you have or stock accounts or whatever. We help you use those in the highest and best way, or at least what we think is the highest and best use of those resources, and really refer you and introduce you to all of the important parties in the transaction. Carrie, go ahead.
Yeah, so what we'll do, we'll have an initial consultation with you on the phone and again go over your goals. So if your goals are to start real estate investing right away, we'll connect you to a lender for financing, whether that is a conventional Fannie Freddie loan or special financing. I just connected someone this morning for their self-directed IRA to use financing in that department.
Right, so that's different. Let me just elaborate on that a little bit, if I may. So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, of course, are the traditional, conventional financing options. They offer the lowest rates, those beautiful, super cheap, arguably negative interest rate, depending on what you think the real rate of inflation is, and then tax benefits for the interest portion, where you really get paid to borrow. Inflation-induced debt destruction, go to jasonhartman.com and type inflation-induced debt destruction in the search bar to learn more about that. You'll find a past episode or many on that. That's the best financing. That's the traditional thing. But what if you have too many properties? Each person can only have 10 financed properties. So if you're married and your spouse qualifies, then you can have up to 20. Or what if you're a foreign national? Or, as Carrie said, what if you want to invest with a self-directed retirement account? Then you can't get that traditional financing. So we can refer you to other sources of financing that do more specialized loans And of course, you're going to pay a little bit more, but not that much more. There's pretty good stuff in this market nowadays. In the old days, and I've been doing this a very long time, there was nothing. It was either conventional Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac financing, or what is also known as agency loans, to hard money loans, which were extremely expensive. So now there's this nice middle market, and there are some decent options in there. So Carrie or our other investment counselors can refer you to all the right sources on that. Okay, Carrie, go ahead.
Thanks, Jason. So once you get through financing, you have your pre-approval letter, we'll be on the other side helping you find properties and connecting you to our local market specialists. They are the boots on the ground team. They own those properties in the various markets we're in, and they fix those properties, they flip them, and they sell them to investors through our network. So we'll connect you to those local market specialists, make sure you're getting the right inventory to look through, and then once you find a property, we'll help you through that process as well. So you're going to request your purchase agreement. You're going to go through the inspection phase. Some investors skip that crucial part of the due diligence.
Yeah, do not skip that.
No, that is not recommended.
Carrie,
just pay that extra fee.
Carrie, let's talk about this for a moment, the inspection issue, okay? And what she's talking about is home inspections, right? Where you have an inspector go and inspect the property. The general rule is you should always have a home inspection. The only exception you would ever want to make is if you are buying one of our new construction properties from one of the big builders, okay? If it's a small builder, I think you still should have an inspection, even though it's brand new construction, because small builders, they're not as regimented, they're not as corporatized, if you will. Listen, big companies cut corners too, there's no question about it, but you'll have a big company to fall back on if you're buying from a big regional or national builder. So it depends who the builder is. You might skip that home inspection with the big national or regional builder, but if it's a small builder, I think you still should have an inspection. Carrie, go ahead.
So when you get that inspection report back, we can review it with you, make any highlights on it, and then send your request back to the local market specialist to fix the final repairs on the property. And majority of the time, if not all of the time, you're not financially responsible for those repairs. So keep that in mind that, if the property is listed on our site for $100,000, you're paying $100,000. You're not going to go and put a new roof on and add to that purchase price. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the inspection report and the property itself as well. So once your inspection's complete and everything looks good, we'll be helping you and sending you referrals for insurance companies as well. Get that lined up, and your lender will order their appraisal. And once everything is good and said and done, you're happy with the property, that's when you'll do your closing. Everything is through that local market specialist, their title company, their paperwork, and then you'll be passed off to either an in-house property management or a sister company. We'll also have referrals if you need, so you can always shop around and make sure you're getting the best company to watch over your properties.
Yeah, and that's the basic idea. Of course, there's much more to it than that, and that's why we're here. I do want to stress that, we're not attorneys, we're not tax advisors, and we're not your real estate agent. We are a referral network, and for the last 15 years, or really 16 years now, I've been in this business helping people invest nationwide. For many years before that, I owned a traditional real estate company that I sold to Coldwell Banker. I've literally trained thousands of real estate agents over the years and helped thousands and thousands of clients either directly as a real estate agent or through agents that have worked for my companies. So we've got more experience, arguably, than anybody in this field by a huge margin. And many people lie about their experience and how long they've been doing it and so forth. Be careful out there, okay? Because there's a lot of fly-by-night operators. And so we're here to help you and offer lifetime support for your investments. We also offer, through a separate company that I manage, software that can help you evaluate and track your investments, and some great tools there as well. You can go to realestatetools.com to check that out. And then you can, of course, check out the properties and contact one of our investment counselors at jasonhartman.com, or by calling, because we like to say that in the modern era, we actually talk to you on the phone. There's so many of these companies. It's like, gosh, do you even have a telephone anymore? Can I have a conversation with someone? It's so frustrating. You can reach us at 1-800-HARTMAN. That's 1-800-HARTMAN. Carrie, any client experiences you want to share or anything else about process?
Yeah, one last thing on the process, as you were mentioning, it's, you have us for a lifetime. So whether it's a month after you close the property, a year after you closed, keep us in the loop.
Or 5 years. I mean,
Or 5 years.
we help clients. And look, I'll just be very frank with you. What do we get out of that? We get repeat business, lots of it. I mean, many of our clients have purchased dozens and dozens of properties through our network. So we're here to support you for life. If you bought a property from us 10 years ago, give us a call. We'll be happy to help you. Okay? So we're always here.
Right. Just keep your investment counselor in the loop too, because chances are they're going to respond faster. That property manager, they're going to respond faster if they see a Jason Hartman name on the email than if you just went and did it on your own. So keep us in the loop. We can help you, whether it's communication issues, you want a 1031 exchange your property, whatever it might be, just keep coming back.
Yeah, we'll be glad to help you with any of that. And so what Carrie's saying there is, look, we kind of aggregate through our network the leverage of the fact that we do a large volume of business. We refer a lot of business to these property management companies, these local market specialists in our network. Simply by copying your investment counselor on an email as you're dealing with your property manager or the seller of the property, they will most of the time be more helpful, be more motivated to take good care of you because you are part of our network. You have that leverage of our network that is working for you in the thousands of transactions we've done. So that's a very valuable thing. What else, Carrie?
Well, so that leads me to, I recently had a client about a month ago who was going through a situation with a local market specialist. They had sold the property about 8 months prior, and after closing, there was an invoice to my client to replace the water heater. And according to the local market specialist, he sold the property with the water heater. He claimed it was brand new, but now the contractor is saying, no, it's out of date. It needs to be fully replaced. So I got involved. We connected. We had a conference call. And after hashing some things out, the local market specialist serviced a brand new water heater that he paid for and no longer invoiced the client. So we hashed it out as kind of what we call group therapy, I guess.
I love it, group therapy.
And so that's one way to show if that client would have gone straight to the local market specialist, that's a water heater.
Yeah.
He closed, he signed on the dotted line that the property was now his, but the local market specialist honored he was supposed to replace that water heater, and he did the right thing in the end. But right. He got us involved, and we all made it right.
Good stuff. And that is something we do all the time to help our clients. We have heard from other clients that have the same or similar challenges that you might approach us with. We've heard just about everything, I think. I don't know. Occasionally I get surprised and I'm like, this has never happened before. This is a new one. That probably happens once a year, okay? Mm-hmm. That some new thing happens that I haven't dealt with before or you haven't dealt with before. But we can help you because we know the fair price. We know what you should expect. We know if you're expecting too much or too little. And so, engage with our investment counselors. They're here to help you for the life of your investment. We'll be glad to help you with everything. Okay, good stuff. Carrie, does that wrap it up, or did you have anything else you wanted to share today?
That's pretty much it. Another thing I was going to highlight is, when you do get connected to the local market specialist, develop a relationship with them, get to know them, let them know exactly what you're looking for. So you're kind of at the top of their list and reminding, okay, I know investor Joe is looking for this price point and, I'm going to connect him to this team. So get to know them, develop a relationship. I have several investors who look on the site, send me a link. Carrie, who is the local market specialist with this property? I tell them the name and they say, give me a contract. Because they develop that relationship and the trust, they know what they're rehabs are going to look like, that to get those properties in front and center, those hot ones that you want before anyone else. That's my suggestion, is just get ahead of the game and get to know these local market specialists.
Good stuff. All right. Thanks for sharing this with us today. And that was great. Again, jasonhartman.com or 1-800-HARTMAN. Reach out to us and we'll be happy to help you. Even if you purchased a property on your own somewhere and you need some advice on it or whatever, we're here for you. So just reach out to us. Carrie, thanks again.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes. Be sure to check out the show's specific website and our general website, hartmanmedia.com, for appropriate disclaimers and terms of service. Remember that guest opinions are their own, and if you require specific legal or tax advice or advice in any other specialized area, please consult an appropriate professional. And we also very much appreciate you reviewing the show. Please go to iTunes or Stitcher Radio or whatever platform you're using and write a review for the show. We would very much appreciate that. And be sure to make it official and subscribe so you do not miss any episodes. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.